brother, rise up. All right, gentlemen. So this first piece that we got to talk about, and guys, I shouldn't say this. My wife has been telling me that I need to work on my attitude and that, I should be nicer. But I mean, guys, certain jokes write themselves. Okay, I didn't write this. I didn't make it up. I just have to be. I just happen to be in the universe when it does. But it's quite funny to me. Okay? It's quite funny to me. The Cowboys trade for George Pickens from the Steelers. In this week's let's call it scenario, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right, so in review, George Pickens went to UGA and was a head case there. What, he kick a Florida Gator, kicked a mascot or something like that when he was down there? You remember
Yeah,
that?
he did a couple of crazy, but that was one that was one made headlines. That one, yeah.
I don't know, but the guy clearly has issues. Goes on to Pittsburgh and gets worse. Gets penalties at the worst times. Gets in fights with his own teammates. Gets in fights with others. Gets penalties at inopportune times. Like basically just, for lack of a better term, a head case. Now, to set this up, King Richie says, "What's good? What's good, King Richie?" To set
What
this
up, King
up,
Richie?
okay, the Dallas Cowboys, shall we say, the enemy of Jordan's happiness, the bane of his existence, that one franchise, other than our beloved Falcons, that he hates the most, the Dallas Cowboys. What the hell, Debo? They just signed a new coach. What's his name?
Right.
Brian Schottenheimer?
Yeah,
Marty,
yeah, yeah.
right? Marty,
Brian Schottenheimer.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Marty,
Son of Marty.
right?
Yep, son of Marty.
Okay. So they signed Brian Schottenheimer. Now, to give you just a little bit of context, Brian Schottenheimer has said to the Cowboys, we're going to redo the locker room and we're going to assign lockers. Now, honestly, Jordan and Debo,
Mm.
these are grown ass men.
Yeah.
Okay? Some of these guys have had the same lockers for years. Who the hell is Brian Schottenheimer to tell them we're going to redo the locker? And you know what? I'm going to shut up now because I want to hear what you guys think. I know what I think. I want to hear what you guys think. Jordan, this is going to be funny because you hate the Cowboys. You probably love this. Give me your thoughts on this. Give me your thoughts on this. We're going to play romper room shit and we're going to assign lockers, guys. Give me your thoughts on this.
Oh, this is so funny. All right, let's take it from my standpoint. I love it because it's going to create a whole bunch of turmoil, but in the organization. I understand what you're doing, putting the leaders close together, but you need to spread out the leaders. The Eagles, for example. The Eagles have position-based lockers. All the quarterbacks are together. The whole offensive line's together. That makes sense. You have position groups. You have your buddies next to you. You have the guys who you have to rely on next to you on the field, next to you in the locker room, day in, day out, for practices, for games, for everything. And it just makes no sense. You're trying to put Micah and Dak together. They don't need to be, because when are
Mm.
they ever going to be next to each other outside of a coin toss or in a post game interview? Like it makes no sense whatsoever. I loved that from an Eagles fan perspective. I loved that they hired Brian Schottenheimer. Now Marty Schottenheimer was amazing, but Brian Schottenheimer, that was their best coach to go with. So it was great. I loved when they hired Mike McCarthy. I wanted him to stay in Dallas because I knew they would never accomplish anything under Mike McCarthy. And then I thought they were going to go get Kellen Moore, and that's who I thought was going to be the Cowboys head coach. And they're like, nope, we're going to go get Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, that's funny. It makes no sense. You need to divide your leaders throughout the team so that all the up and coming rookies, the new free agents, they can learn from the position group. Because where are they now in the locker room? Where are the new free agents that they signed? Where are they at in this locker room? Where are the rookies at? The rookies shouldn't be learning from other rookies. The rookies should be learning from the vets. So it's stupid. It's hilarious. It's the Cowboy way. How about them Cowboys?
Sure, for sure.
Debo, how
Absolutely.
you feel about it, man?
And what it reminds me of, with this move right here, a couple of years ago, for several years, up in Flowery Branch, the Falcons had their meeting, like the locker room, and at the on the floor was a huge falcon, right? And the rule was you can't step on the falcon. You gotta walk around it. You gotta walk around it. Well, they changed that out where they put a falcon emblem instead of being on the floor, they put it on the ceiling. And guys are like, oh shit, we can walk around freely now. We're free. It's our locker room. We can do what we want to do now. Well, this is the reverse of what the Cowboys are doing. What the Cowboys are doing is that some guy who has not proved shit, and Brian Schottenheimer is saying you're gonna have a sign. You're gonna have a sign lockers now. We're going to do it just like this, and we're going to do it my way, and this, that, and the other. That's not gonna work. Some, like you said a little bit ago, T. Will. That's not gonna work with grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Jordan touched on the best. It's hysterical right here. It's a Cowboys way, and that's the reason why the Cowboys haven't done nothing in 30 years. You know what's crazy? Here's a crazy stat for you. I don't know if y'all knew or not. Since the Cowboys last appeared in the NFC Championship game in 1995-1996 season, do you know since then every single NFC team has made the championship game other than the Cowboys?
Damn. No, I did not know that.
Yep.
But I'm glad to hear it, though. I'm glad to hear it just the same. I tell you what's funny, Debo. This is well, first off, let me do some housekeeping. Jay Black says, how about them cow beep of the night? Deshaun says, what's up, fellas? Yeet, get some.
Yeet,
All
get
right,
some.
Get some, Deshaun. If you're going to make a move like this, how about you consult your leadership, right? How about you go to them first? I don't know, Micah. I don't know whoever else has been here 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Guys, what do you think of? Because any leader, I was a manager, I was a supervisor. I've never coached a team, but even I know there's certain people's buy-in you got to have. I mean, you guys are both leaders. You guys are both in management presently. Would you do something like this without going to your key people? Would you do something like this without going to your folks and saying, what do you guys like? This is the dumbest thing on the planet. You're just going to make this unilateral move that says, starting Monday, you're going to, bro, this is not 1968.
The thing about,
25.
Correct. And the same, the rule that applies in corporate America should be the same rule that applies in professional sports. A productive environment, a comfortable environment leads to productivity overall. Period.
Thank you.
Period.
Now, on top of that, because wait, there's more. There's more, sports fans. Oh, it gets so much better. On top of that, you've already pissed off your entire team. I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up, okay? On top of that, you go and you trade for who is essentially AB Jr. Like, that's what you got.
AB 2.0.
You traded with the Steelers, who, mind you, if Mike Tomlin washes his hands of you, that is saying something. Because I personally believe Lucifer could play for Mike Tomlin, and it'd be fine. That's how much of a player's coach Mike Tomlin is. Okay? It's a joke, people. Relax. But my point is, if Mike Tomlin, in his infinite wisdom, decides, you know what? This Pickens guy, what the hell, man? You're going to trade and give up picks for this guy and willingly bring him into your locker room. Which people are already pissed off, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you told them where they got to store their shit. What the hell are the Cowboys doing? What are they doing, Jordan? What are they doing? Help me out. Somebody help me make sense of this. What are they doing? Help me to understand.
I don't like this trade at all for either team, for the Steelers or the Cowboys. I just don't think it makes any sense for either team. All right, let's look at it from the Steelers' perspective. You trade away your now would have been wide receiver 2. would have probably been the most talented wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 that the Steelers have had in years.